For thousands of years, humans have tried to understand the mysteries of existence, the nature of our universe, and the pathway to inner tranquility and fulfillment. Throughout continents and cultures, great spiritual teachings have emerged, guiding countless generations to spiritual enlightenment, harmony, and inner knowledge. Today, we're sharing 20 of these essential teachings that have been around for thousands of years, being passed on by many generations, because they've always helped people to understand themselves better and live fuller lives. The Golden Rule. This principle, often stated as "do unto others as you would have them do unto you," emphasizes empathy and ethical reciprocity. It is a foundational ethical directive in many traditions, promoting harmonious social relationships by encouraging individuals to consider others' feelings and perspectives. Karma. In Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, karma refers to the concept that every action has consequences. Good actions lead to positive outcomes, while harmful actions result in suffering. This teaching underscores moral responsibility and the interconnectedness of actions and consequences. Non-attachment. This teaching encourages individuals to let go of desires, material possessions, and egoistic goals to achieve spiritual freedom and inner peace. In Buddhism, it is central to the practice of detachment from cravings and aversions, which is seen as essential for ending suffering and attaining enlightenment. Meditation and mindfulness. These practices involve focusing the mind and developing awareness of the present moment. Meditation is a cornerstone of spiritual disciplines in Hinduism and Buddhism, aimed at calming the mind, cultivating concentration, and ultimately attaining spiritual insight. The unity of all life. This taught generations that all beings are interconnected and part of a single unified existence. In Hinduism, the concept of Brahman represents the ultimate reality that pervades everything. Indigenous spiritualities often emphasize the sacred interconnectedness of all living things. Self-realization and enlightenment. This involves understanding one's true nature and transcending the ego. In Hinduism, it is often referred to as realizing the Atman, soul, and its unity with Brahman. In Buddhism, enlightenment, nirvana, is the realization of the true nature of reality and freedom from the cycle of rebirth. Compassion and kindness. Compassion involves empathy and concern for the suffering of others, and kindness involves acts of goodwill. In Buddhism, the practice of metta, loving kindness, and karuna, compassion, is crucial for spiritual growth. Christianity emphasizes love for one's neighbor, and Islam encourages charitable acts. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the act of letting go of resentment and anger towards those who have wronged us. Christianity emphasizes forgiveness as a reflection of God's grace. In Buddhism, forgiveness is a means to release negative karma and promote inner peace. The inner divine. Many spiritual traditions teach that divinity resides within each individual. Hinduism speaks of the Atman, the inner self, as divine. Mystical branches of Christianity and Sufism also emphasize the divine spark within humans. Love and devotion. Bhakti yoga in Hinduism involves devotion and love towards a personal deity. In Christianity, the concept of agape, selfless love, is central, while Sufism and Islam emphasizes love for God as a path to spiritual realization. Rituals and ceremonies. Rituals are structured, symbolic actions performed to connect with the divine and mark important events. Ceremonies in Christianity, such as baptism and communion, are seen as means of grace. Hindu rituals, puja, and Buddhist ceremonies are also integral to religious practice. Moral and ethical living. Keeping to a moral code is seen as essential for spiritual growth. The 10 Commandments in Judaism and Christianity, the 5 precepts in Buddhism, and the yamas and niyamas in Hinduism all provide ethical guidelines for living a righteous life. Prayer and worship. Prayer is communication with the divine, while worship involves acts of reverence and devotion. These practices are central in religions like Christianity, prayer and hymns, Islam, salat, Hinduism, puja and bhajans, and Buddhism, chants and offerings. Sacred texts. Scriptures are revered writings that provide spiritual guidance. The Torah in Judaism, the Bible in Christianity, the Quran in Islam, the Vedas in Hinduism, and the Sutras in Buddhism are considered foundational texts that convey divine wisdom and teachings. Respect for nature. This teaching emphasizes the sacredness of the natural world and the need to live in harmony with it. Indigenous religions often view nature as filled with spirit. Taoism teaches living in accordance with the Tao, the natural way, and Hinduism and Buddhism promote environmental oversight. The pursuit of knowledge. Valuing wisdom and learning is seen as essential for spiritual development. In Hinduism, the pursuit of jnana, knowledge, is one of the paths to liberation. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of wisdom, prajna, in understanding the nature of reality. Community and friendship. Spiritual growth is often nurtured within a community. In Christianity, the church community provides support and friendship. In Islam, the Ummah community emphasizes solidarity and mutual aid. Sangha community is crucial in Buddhism for practicing and upholding the Dharma. Penance and atonement. Seeking forgiveness and making amends for wrongdoings are essential for spiritual purification. Christianity practices confession and penance. Yom Kippur in Judaism is the Day of Atonement. Hindu rituals often include acts of penance to cleanse past sins. Asceticism and simplicity. Living a simple, disciplined life free from excess is seen as conducive to spiritual progress. Ascetic practices in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism involve renouncing worldly pleasures. Christian monasticism also emphasizes simplicity and self-denial. Reincarnation and Afterlife. Beliefs about the soul's journey after death vary, but often include ideas of rebirth or an afterlife. Hinduism and Buddhism teach reincarnation, where the soul is reborn until enlightenment is achieved. Christianity and Islam teach about an afterlife, where souls face judgment and eternal destiny based on their earthly lives. The teachings of karma, non-attachment, compassion, and unity demonstrate that, despite our various traditions and beliefs, we are all united by a common thread of spiritual pursuit. Meditation, prayer, and ethical living teach us that genuine fulfillment comes from inside, while the pursuit of knowledge and respect for nature emphasizes the significance of being in harmony with ourselves and the world around us.